Hello, everybody. This is the story of my life, and I would like to talk about the story of my life. Um, I was born in Miami, Florida. I was born in Miami, Florida, and some of the things that they showed me that when I was a young man, I always wanted to see a lot of family. Um, my mama will always tell me that I can have what I can have. When I was like 1 years old, I had so much problems. I came out premium as a baby, and I had a lot of health problems. And the health problem was that I was able to breathe and I was able to talk. And at a certain age, my mother was telling me that my son is going to be all right. My son's going to be all right. And at the time, there was like it was like moving and clicking and clicking. And once I got to the point that I wanted to do what I wanted to do, I accidentally pulled the plug out of my nose because I didn't like it. It was itching, and there was time for me to have a lot of surgeries. I was like 2 years old, 3 years old, 4 years old, 5 years old, 6 years old, 7 years old, seven, and I was 8 years old, 9 years old, 10 years old, 11 years old. I had so much problems. I had two surgeries in the back of my ears that nobody didn't know about. Um, it was it was scary to me because I felt that I wasn't gonna make it, and at the time I wasn't gonna make it. It brought tears to my eyes that I'll be able to walk and talk normal and not have these problems. Um, I had the heart surgery. That was scary. I had the heart surgery because I needed it. Um, I used to tell my mom, like, why did I have the heart surgery? And she was explaining to me that, oh, you're going to have to have the heart surgery. Um, I went to so many schools in Miami, Florida. She didn't want me going to any high school. She wanted me to go to special ed kids school. And when I went to a special ed school, I noticed that some of these kids are not special eds. And I come in the special ed class and I go to a Christian academy school. Um, I've been there for a while, and the Christian academy did help me. It was good. It was good for me to go there. Um, I felt like I felt like the pain was coming from me. Um, at a certain age, I left Miami. Um, I left Miami. Um, then my mom got sick. My mom got sick, and I moved down to Washington. And I left Miami. I want to say I left Miami 2009, I think, or 2007 or something like that. My mom passed away in 2005. Once I lost everything, I was supposed to go to with my father, and that never happened. My father didn't know where I was at the time. Um, Once I came to Lacey, Washington, that's when I got the call. They're saying that you need to come back home because your mom is sick. I was in a certain age, and once I was in a certain age, it brought me tears in my eyes that I would never talk to my mom again. I would never see my mom. At the time, my mom was sick. My mom was very sick. And she needed her son to come see her. And the day that I went to Miami, Florida, and I'm sitting in the room. I think I was like 9, 10, 11, 12. And I'm sitting there. I'm trying not to get emotional today. When I'm sitting there, all of a sudden, she's not saying anything to me. She's looking at me. All the pressure was there for me. I'm sitting back. And I'm walking into the room. You know, I'm just like, this is my mom? Like, that's really my mom? And she can't speak. Just me and my grandmother. She can't speak. And I'm just like, I'm here. I'm like, Mom, I'm here, Mom. I'm here, Mom. And she's not saying anything. So I'm just, I was afraid to give my mama a kiss. I was afraid to touch my mom. I was afraid to hug my mom because she was the only mom I had in my life. I was the only child in that family. And then when I had brothers and sisters, I had other brothers and sisters, my brother Timothy wasn't around. My dad wasn't around when that happened. And I respect my dad, and I respect my family. But when I realized that my mom was laying in that bed, it hurts. It hurts me. Because I felt the pain from my heart. And when I felt the pain from my heart, it was just like I was just moving and praying to God that my mom don't leave me. Because there were some things that was going on with her heart, and there were some things that was going on with her body. Because when I left Miami, I should have never left my city. It's because I should have stayed home with my mother. And I would have got a nice house. I didn't need nobody to be my guardian. Only person that could be my guardian, I would only trust my dad to be my guardian because he knows me. And he knows who his son is. And he knows who my mother is. My mama had to fight for this. My mama been there for my birthday. My 1-year-old birthday. I had so many animals in my house. So many animals. My granddaddy bought me a drum set when I was like 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7. I tore them drum set up. And I never forgot this. I started playing the drums at my granddaddy's church at a certain age. And what made me be a drummer was to play and to learn and to get a lot of reverence. I wasn't no preacher boy. I always wanted to be on the pulpit. I always wanted to preach. I always wanted to talk. I always wanted to do what I wanted to do in my life. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a preacher kid. And I didn't sign up to preach. I just wanted to preach. I got up and said what I wanted to say. I wasn't on YouTube yet. And my friend, when I was in Washington State, I met one friend, and he said, maybe I want to get you on YouTube. And I'm like, what is this? He was like, man, I want you to start your YouTube channel. And when I got to the point that I was going to start my YouTube channel, people were shocked. They were shocked. Man, I had 1 subscribers. I had 2 subscribers. I had 3 subscribers. I had 4 subscribers. I had 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 subscribers. 21 subscribers, 23, 24, 25, 27, 30, 40, 50. I was blowing up. I started out 2014. Wasn't no relationship, no time. And that relationship wasn't straight about business. And I was going through all that emotion because my mom wasn't there for me. And all the something that hit me, it was like, you do a lot of videos for your community. You work hard. You fight for everything that you had to do in your life. And when I did that, the Spirit of the Lord told me that I was going to be the best preacher and the best entertainment and doing content for everybody else. And every time I do content, I'm working at it and I'm looking at the views and what the views are looking for. There is more people to worship with me. They was like, we got to get this guy. We got to get this guy to do videos for us. We got to do this. We have to look at me and say, you know what? I'm working. But people are going to be like, oh my God, I love his video. I want to meet him in person. His videos are good. I started preaching when I was like 15 and 16 and 17. I was a young kid. At the time, I didn't do what I want. And they was telling me, you need to go to Bible school. You need to go to Bible school. You need to go to class. I'm like, listen, I don't want to go there. I just want to preach. And then when I got to my 18th birthday, my 19th birthday, and my 20 birthdays, I was still preaching. And then on my 21 birthdays, I was still preaching. On my 22 birthday, I was still preaching. And my 23, I was still preaching. And then my 24, I was still preaching. And then my 25, I was still preaching. And then my 26, I was still preaching. And then my 27, I was still preaching. And then my 28, I was still preaching. And then when I turned 29, I was still preaching. And then when I turned 30, I was still preaching. So the fact that I'm telling you about my life story, I've been to a lot. Because when I had the pacemaker in my heart in 2014, I was scared for my life. I was scared for my life because my grandmother was there with me at the time. When I went to the doctor, I was on the bicycle. And they said that my heart was slow. My heart was slow. When I had surgery, nobody came to visit me. Nobody came to see me. They was worried about how Tamori was doing. Nobody came to see me from the hospital. My uncle came to see me. The only person that was there was my grandmother. I had to fight this. I had to fight this. And I had to fight the pain and the stress. Because no one did care that I wasn't going to be here around. But I prayed and I asked God for help because I understand once I had the surgery, it hurts everybody. Because they was afraid that, Lord, please don't let Tamori die. Please don't let him die. Please don't let him go nowhere. But I made it through. And once I made it through, I started praying. And I said to myself, what can I do to help you to understand what can I do to help you? And the spirit that was going to me, I think that when I was preaching, people was like, oh my Lord, he's preaching good. He's telling everything, he's reading his mind. His mind is just like, he's really a preacher. But people don't understand where I come from. And people was like, oh, you're not a preacher. You're not doing this. Well, let me tell you something. I know what I'm saying. Y'all don't know me. Y'all don't know my life. Y'all don't know Tamori. Y'all don't know what I'm going through. And everything that I do for my community, everything what I do on my channel is for people to know what I do. And the fact that the people that are around me, that's been a part of my life, like the sermon that y'all hear before, like the preaching tape y'all hear, y'all can go back and watch some of the things that I talked about. The word, the mind laker, is working. Because I preach about my mother. I preach about my mother is because my mother loves me and she cares about her son. And every time she cares about her son, she's saying, son, I love my baby. But my mama knows what I'm doing. When I moved out of my auntie house, I got my own apartment. I got a smaller house. It was a 1-bedroom house. We started having church over there. And the spirit that changed my life. I was shocked because I was ready to get out of there. Because it wasn't no fireworks. We weren't allowed to shoot fireworks over there. And I'm telling you, by the grace of God and by the grace of the Spirit, I moved out of there to transfer over to another house that y'all are looking at right now. This is the first day I came here, and we had church. And I preached my first message. I preached my first message at the apartment. Then I preached my second message here. And we had a lot of distribers. And people was blowing me up because they want to hear the word from me. We had New Year's Eve service here. We had fun. We ate. We had the champagne. We had the apple cider. We had breakfast and eggs and everything. But God says that He is getting ready to receive that anointing. And I received that anointing is because the Spirit of the Lord is telling me that I need to be ready for challenges and stuff like that. And when I first did the preaching, I wanted to be like my father, my granddaddy. And I would always talk to my granddad. I'd be like, hey, granddaddy, how you doing? I'm preaching. How you doing? And he was like, I want to do something. And I always remember, because my granddaddy's birthday is in August. And I was telling my uncle, I was like, you know what? I want to do something for my granddaddy. I want to preach for his birthday. I want to do it. And my intention was to do what I had to do in my life. And I wanted to do what I wanted to do. Man, I just love my granddaddy. I love him so much. And when I first met, this is how I started off. I met Leah. I hope she watching this today. I met Leah like a couple of days ago, and Leah is so beautiful. She is so gorgeous, and I would talk to her every day. I talk to her every day when I go to work, and she'll call me on lunch break. Leah is so beautiful. And I always wanted to tell her that I love her and I want to marry you. And I can't wait for you to be Mrs. Leah Kyles. When I think about her, I think about her attitude is good for me. And when I think about her, I just love her smile. And I love the way she treats me as her man. And I treat her like a beautiful queen. And when she looks so gorgeous, she loved my videos. And she would tell me she watched my videos, and I love her so much. And I'm just like, wow. And I'm like, okay, I love this girl. I love her. I love her. And I didn't tell anybody this, but I love her. I love her. And every time I love her, I love her. And she's so gorgeous. And I wanted to tell her this. I wanted to be like, listen, I want to take you somewhere. Just me and you. I want us to go somewhere. I'm gonna plan something out. And I want us to build a relationship together. And I want us to be ready for it. And to be ready for it, I want to spare my love to you. And she loved my video. she I told her this week, like, I'm about to be doing a documentary story for my life, and I love her. And 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 I'm going to show her what type of husband I'm going to be, and what type of father I'm going to be. But I love Leah. I love her so much. And I would never hurt my girl. I would never do that. I always love her. And I always respect her because she is so amazed to me. She is so gorgeous to me. And I love her. And I always wanted to say that I'm going to be there for her. And I can't wait to give her a hug. I can't wait to take pictures with her. I can't wait to go on dates with her. And Spirit of the Lord said that I have a good woman, but a lot of people don't know that. So I chose who I want to be with. And I know who I want to be with. But like I said before, I love this girl. I love her. She's gorgeous to me. I'm ready to close this video. I'm gonna let y'all know today. I love my mom so much, but I love my family so much. Because I want to change my life. And I don't want to do the thing that y'all wanted me to do. But I love y'all. Y'all have been a great audience to me, and a great opportunity for me to work, and for me to look, and for me to say that I love you for who you want me to be. And that's what I'm going to be doing for my life and for my soul. So I love y'all. Thank y'all for watching this video. I'll see y'all soon.